let's talk about something that's costing your business money right now, your welcome series. I manage email marketing for 7 and 8 figure brands, and you'd be surprised how much the welcome series is an afterthought. So today I'm gonna show you exactly what I do to make sure you have a high converting welcome series installed for your brand. Let's dive in. So first, let me show you what a typical failing welcome series looks like. We have a single message, maybe two. We don't have really any education, not guiding our new subscribers anywhere. It's just kind of, here's your welcome offer, throw it right in your face, and goodbye. So here's what you need to do to make sure your welcome series is actually effective and generating you money. Number one is going to be first impression. Y'all, the welcome series email number one is your most important, which a lot of brands have installed, but they're doing it just not correctly. So first impressions are everything. You want to make sure this welcome email has everything it needs to have. Though I will say, caveat, you don't want to overstuff it. So keeping it super simple. I have an example here from one of my clients where I kind of came in and did an overhaul on their email system. So this was their original welcome email. As you can see, very text-based. Here's your offer, CTA. That's it. Like, do you even know what they sell without reading it, right? Not very effective. And instead, we installed this version of the welcome email. Big thing is moving our welcome offer above the fold so it's clearly seen. We have lifestyle imagery, we have value propositions, and we have clear CTAs. Click here, shop now, but everything is cohesive and you know immediately, yes, I'm getting this email because I just subscribed to this brand from their website. It matches, it's cohesive. So this original email surprisingly was getting an 8% click rate, which is not terrible, but could be so much better. But when we installed this new version, we were able to get over a 14% click-through rate on this welcome email. And not only that, but through the entire series being overhauled, we were able to increase their welcome series revenue by 300%. So another mistake that I see is poor timing in your welcome series. A lot of brands think that they need to have this series going for kind of a long time, like sending your first email immediately, maybe the next one after 24 hours, but then we're getting into sending one a week and then one in 14 days and then so on and so on. Way too long. When someone subscribes to your emails, that is the hottest they will ever be for converting, besides them, abandoning their cart. But as a new lead, this is it. They're interested right now. So you don't want to squander that by creating a very long, drawn out welcome series. So typically my timing is immediately sending the first welcome email, then sending the next one in 24 hours. I like to do 24 hours because the time that somebody signed up is probably a peak time for them to be browsing and shopping online. So keep with that same timing. A lot of brands like to throw in, wait until 8 a.m. the next day. Now, we already know that they're shopping at this specific time, so let's keep it in. Then after that, I'll spread it out. Maybe we're going into 2 days, and then I just follow in with a 3-day. That's my typical timing. I do have some clients where the welcome series is quite long, but if we're looking at a typical welcome series I build out for a brand, that's the usual windows I'm looking at. And you also got to think that they're getting your campaign messages as well. Sometimes I'll put in some segmentation, so that way if we're broadcasting an offer in a campaign, they don't get those, but they get the other educational product features. So there's some segmentation there, but imagine if they're getting other messages as well. So not too aggressive in your welcome series, but at least keeping it, pretty tight in your timing. So another mistake I see is segmentation. There are some brands who will have all new subscribers, including people who just placed their order and are now on your list officially, to enter into your welcome series. That's not something that I recommend. I like to keep your welcome series targeted and siloed just for brand new leads. That way, all the emails are focused in on trying to convert them. We're talking right to them and not to people where their order is literally on the way. It's a different conversation. That's where your post-purchase series can come in. And you can reuse a lot of the content in your welcome series, remind them of how great it is, here are the value propositions, here's a little bit of social proof. You can still do that, but we are talking to them differently, like get excited, right? So I like to keep the segmentation really finite. These are for brand new leads only. And then you also want to make sure you have the right filters on your flow. Typically, I just go with they have not placed an order since starting this flow, because the worst thing you can do is have someone who just placed an order, then they enter in your post-purchase sequence, but they're still getting your welcome series that's trying to get them to use their welcome coupon code, which they've already done. Segmentation, filters, very important to make sure you have a very concise customer journey. Now, overall, in the entire flow, you want to make sure it's cohesive and it's telling a story. Okay, not everyone is going to open every single email, so you want to think that through in a lot of your design elements. Don't be afraid to be repetitive, okay? They need to be reminded of their welcome offer, what you guys do, what the benefit is, but we're doing different flavors of that in through the series of this welcome flow. So email number 1, let's keep it simple. Brand introduction and your offer. So similar to that example I showed you for Texas HeyNet, keeping it that vibe, we have the welcome offer, we have some value propositions, we have a clear CTA. These people usually have signed up from a pop-up, they want the coupon code, and they want to move on. So that's what we're trying to do for them. Give them exactly what they need. Here you go, and also a little bit of education. Email number 2, let's throw in some social proof. So now we can let our customers do the talking for us. Do we have reviews? Do we have demonstrations? Do we have actual faces and people that we can showcase to this new lead, this potential customer, on why our product is so awesome? So this is where I like to pull in social proof. Of course, make sure your welcome offer is still visible. I like to even have this as a skinny banner at the very top, so that way it's at the tippy top, they see it every single time. And then at the bottom, you can do a dedicated feature for that welcome offer reminder. But in between that, adding in some social proof. Next is product education, and you can mix these around as you see fit, but product education after that is gonna get it more nitty gritty. So the person who's gotten down to email number 3 hasn't moved forward yet. And why haven't they? Because maybe they need more convincing. Why is your product so great? So if you're a supplement brand and you're trying to educate them on why your supplement is better than all the rest, that's where this email comes in. So get into the details here. The big thing is to make sure it's digestible. It's not overwhelming. We want to make sure that they could scan it quickly and get some value out of it. Email number 4, this is what I like to call the us versus them email. What makes us different? So similar to product education, but a bit more focused. So here's what all the other losers out there are doing, the people who are not us, not our brand. And here's what our brand is doing. Okay, maybe we use better ingredients. Maybe we're research backed. Maybe we're made with certain types of components. However your brand is built, highlight that and showcase that this is why you need to spend money with us and not them. And then finally, I like to throw in a dedicated offer email. So this is our welcome email 1, but in a different version, more focused. Hey, you have this 10% off coupon code waiting for you. Use it. So really honed in on their welcome offer. And if you want to get a little crazy, you can add in another email at the bottom. So if they didn't convert at all, let's bump up that welcome offer. Okay, 10%? Okay, let's throw in 15%. Free shipping. Whatever we can kind of test to get someone to move forward with your brand. Add that in as an extra punch at the end. And lastly, this is a big one, is weak subject lines. Let me tell you how many welcome series I have entered that says, welcome to brand name. So boring. So boring and so run of the mill. Okay, everyone has that subject line in their first welcome email. So highly recommend dig a little deeper and figure out how you can really let your brand's personality shine. The big trend I see with subject lines nowadays is sounding like a human being, a conversation. It stops people in their inbox tracks and clicks in. So being able to put a more human element to your subject lines, or add a little bit of curiosity, or maybe using a quote from a customer, there are different things that you can do to not just be like, your 10% off code is waiting, 10% off expires tonight, this is what makes us so different. Yeah, okay, yeah, there are better ways to do that. So figure out how you can really let your brand's personality shine. And of course, test. One thing I love about a welcome series is that it is always being tested. How can you make it better? Is it subject lines? Is it timing? Is it a new design? So highly recommend you're digging in and testing your content. All right, so remember that your welcome series is your first impression, and first impressions are everything, okay? So make sure you get it right. If you found this helpful, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. I do tons of content on email marketing and email design. Would love to have you around. And of course, if you're looking for somebody to level up your welcome series, me and my team would love to chat. Our link is down below. And also, I created a fun little handy little checklist that will help you kind of jump in and check off these things for your own welcome series. I throw in a few examples as well. So link is down below for that, so you can get access to it, use that checklist, see if you are doing the right things you should be doing. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful, and I will see you in the inbox. Bye.